Have you been asking yourself, how much longer, God? How many nights have you laid awake, staring into the darkness, wondering if things will ever change? You've prayed, you've believed, you've held on, even when everything inside you felt like giving up. And yet, it feels like nothing is moving. But listen to me very carefully. This is not a coincidence. You were led here for a reason, because God has a word for you today. He says, I have not forgotten you, not for 1 second, not for 1 moment. Even when it felt like heaven was silent, even when it looked like doors were closing, even when people walked away from you, God was still there, watching, guiding, preparing something you could not yet see. You see, what you've been calling delay, God calls preparation. What you've been calling pain, God calls process. And what you've been calling the end, God says is only the beginning. You have cried tears that nobody knows about. You have carried burdens you never spoke about. You have fought battles in silence, and still you are standing. That alone is proof that God has been holding you. Because if it was just you, you would have given up already. But you didn't. And that's not by accident. God has been strengthening you in ways you don't even understand yet. There were things you asked for, doors you wanted opened, people you wanted to stay, but God said no. Not because He wanted to hurt you, but because He could see what you couldn't see. He saw the danger ahead. He saw the heartbreak you were about to walk into. He saw the things that would have destroyed your peace. So He stepped in and closed the door. And at the time, it hurt. You didn't understand it. You questioned it. You even cried over it. One day, you will thank Him, because what He blocked was just as important as what He is about to release. Hear this clearly. Your life is not falling apart. It only feels that way because God is removing things that cannot go where you are going. You are not being punished. You are being repositioned. There is a shift happening in your life right now. Even if you don't see it yet, even if nothing around you looks different, something is changing in the spiritual realm. God is aligning things for you. People are being moved. Situations are being rearranged. Doors are being prepared. And suddenly, everything will make sense. You've been in a season where everything felt slow. Nothing was working. Nothing was moving. Everything felt stuck. But that season is coming to an end. God is saying, the waiting is over. Not dich. Not next year. Soon. Very soon. There is about to be a sudden change in your life. The kind of change that will make you look back and say, only God could have done this. But before that happens, God needed to prepare you. Because the blessing that is coming is bigger than what you prayed for. It's not small. It's not ordinary. It's something that will change your life completely. And if you were not ready, you could lose it just as fast as you received it. That's why the process was necessary. That's why the waiting was long. That's why the pain felt so deep. God was building something inside you. Strength, patience, faith. Because where you are going, you will need all of it. You are stepping into a new level. A level where not everyone can go with you. That's why some people had to leave. That's why some relationships ended. That's why you felt alone. It wasn't rejection. It was direction. God was clearing your path so you can walk into what He has prepared for you without distractions. You may feel tired right now. You may feel like you have nothing left to give. But hold on just a little longer, because what's coming will make every tear worth it. Every sleepless night, every disappointment, every moment you almost gave up. It was not wasted. Nothing you went through was in vain. God was using it all. Even the pain, even the confusion, even the delays. He was working behind the scenes. Now, it's your time. Your season is changing. Your story is about to turn around. Joy is coming back into your life. Peace is coming back into your heart. And the things you thought you lost forever, God is about to restore them in a greater way. So don't quit now. Don't lose faith now. You are too close. Closer than you think. This is your moment. This is your turning point. And God is saying, get ready. If you receive this message, type Amen in the comments as a sign of your faith. And don't keep this word to yourself. Share it with someone who needs hope today. Subscribe for more messages like this, because your breakthrough is not a dream. It's already on the way. Your life will never be the same again.